Vita DAO becomes the first ever DAO to kickstart a biotech company. This is massive. MatricBio has now gotten funding of $300,000 to conduct some research. Now, Vita DAO has provided funding to other biotech companies, other DeSci-related companies who are trying to conduct research in the space, but not to this scale. Cointelegraph wrote up a pretty good small article about it, despite having pump and dumped Bitcoin the other day. They did get into some good information here, so let's get through this and see what's going on behind the scenes. This is very exciting, and I'll get into it in a moment here. Vita DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, has officially funded MatricBio. They first came to them in November of 2022 with this idea to research hyaluronic acid as a form of anti-cancer, anti-aging medication. See, this acid is prominent throughout naked mole rats, and these naked mole rats live longer than normal rats, and so they were like, hey, what's going on here? What is this compound that's allowing them to live longer? That's not the important part. Honestly, that could mean very little. So the proposal, the snapshot revealed that 35 members cast their vote using Vita tokens. Out of the lot, 30 members supported the cause, 4 members abstained from voting, and 1 voted against the proposal. This lone wolf just doesn't want to see the money moving. He was probably salty his project didn't get money for anything. As an active contributor in decentralized science, Vita DAO made an initial investment of $300,000 and plans to carry out further funding through tokenization of intellectual property in early 2024. This is massive because we're actually finally getting to see the full life cycle of funding research through decentralized science through Vita DAO's initial contribution into MatricBio. So what's going to happen moving forward, they're going to take that $300,000 and they're going to do their research. They're going to come up with a conclusion. They're going to come up with whatever findings they have. And that findings, that article that they end up publicizing is going to be their intellectual property. What they're going to do is create tokens on that IP so that everyone who invested into them has the opportunity to then own some of the final results that they found. This is going to be very fascinating to watch and keep track of. Even if the research fails dramatically, that can be just as valuable, if not more valuable, than if it is fruitful research, or if it shows that it increases lifespan by like 2%. A complete and utter failure tells future scientists not to come back and look at this acid anymore and just be like, okay, well, this is clearly not working. Let's keep it to the skincare, right? Because this acid, hyaluronic acid, is a natural substance that acts as a cushion and a lubricant in joints and other tissues, and it's also in moisturizing creams, lotions, ointments, and serums. I think my girlfriend uses it all the time. So this stuff already has a use case, so it tells other scientists like, yo, you don't gotta worry about researching anything else, let's just keep it over here in its little niche corner. A failed experiment can be just as valuable. The compound is derived from the tissue of naked mole rats, a rodent with strong cancer resistance, which is responsible for their higher lifespan. Like most early stage research, it is too early to know what the outcome of the research will provide. Vita DAO believes that there will be a high likelihood that the research will be translatable to the clinic. So they are fruitful. They are hopeful that this goes through in some fruitful capacity, which, I mean, it probably will. There's a reason that it got such strong support and strong funding. Like this, the research is very conclusive here. I'm just going to talk about it for a second, read a quote, and then we'll get into a little bit of like the importance, my take on that. The company's pipeline is based on the observation that naked mole rats lived longer than other rodents. They have a lifespan of up to 40 years. Compared to normal rats, which live for about 3 years. These rodents are found to be cancer resistant, which is controlled by the abundance of HMWHA in their tissues. Research has demonstrated that transgenic mice expressing naked mole rat, I'm not going to try and read this word, I've read it like 6 times, it's too early for my brain to actually pronounce it, but the gene that makes this acid that they're studying have fewer tumors, improved health, and live 10% longer than rats without the transgene. This lovely lady who is heading the research at MatricBio said, I'm looking forward to beginning the partnership with Vita DAO. The funding and support from the Vita DAO community will bring Matrix Biosciences one step closer to delivering groundbreaking treatments that will significantly improve outcomes for other vulnerable aging patient populations. This is a massive step forward in the sense that it is the first full life cycle of funding research through DeSci, the first large scale. Vita DAO has funded about $1 million worth of research in the past. Just we know, because we've looked into Vita DAO on this channel before, they only need to seek approval from everyone in the community, from all the board members, if you will, if the funding is asking for more than $50,000. If it's a small amount of funding, then they don't have to. It's just the actual board, the small group of members internally can decide if a company is to receive funding or not. So this is going to be very exciting to watch it all play out. The only thing that I have to say is they are just now receiving the funding mid-October. I think this announcement came out on October 9th. Yeah. So it came out in October 9th is when they announced it. However, they started the journey back in November 2022. So it's been almost a full year. They gained majority consensus in March of 2023, and just now are things actually being announced and starting to get going. This is still very quick in the world of research to gain funding within a year and actually get your boots on the ground and get going. I still think this is a little bit slow of a process, and I would like to see it refine out any speed bumps as we continue to progress and get this down to like a 6-month turnaround. I think that would be very fruitful for scientists and for investors, to be completely honest, people who are putting their money on the line to fund some of this research. Traditionally, it takes between 8 to 20 months to get full grant access. So it is still on the lower end there. So if that is the longest time frame that we have for funding from Vita DAO, then this is a very fruitful way to move forward, because it's significantly less than that 2 years. Imagine waiting 2 years. That's why research, scientific research, is so bogged down. We get so little of it if you actually think about what we're capable of doing. I know we get a ton of research articles posted every day, but still, love to see it. Congratulations to the Vita DAO team. Let's get things moving. I'm excited to see how everything plays out. Your time is your most valuable asset, so hopefully this was worth investing into. If you liked the video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.